The Ayers Rock Curse, Australia. The Ayers Rock, or Uluru, is said to be sacred for some Aboriginal tribes, and the legend on how it came to be consists of different stories for different parts of the rock formation. It includes snakes in war with each other, two boys playing in the mud after a rainstorm, or even lizard men who got killed because of food. Like most sacred places, one wrong move and you would get cursed. Your life would be a living hell. It is forbidden to climb on the rock because it shows disrespect to the place and means that you are walking all over what the ancients called dreaming tracks. It is also advised to not bring any rocks from the place as you would be cursed with bad luck. Complaints from people who disregard the curse always point out that they are in fact cursed. Their curse may include family illnesses, death, accidents, and even miscarriages. So what can they do to try and remove the curse? They send them back, though I doubt that would just suddenly get rid of the curse. Pele's Curse, Hawaii. The island is famous as a tourist destination, and when people go on a vacation, people mostly want something as a souvenir. This was a problem for Hawaii, as people tend to take lava rocks or sands as souvenirs. The curse that manifested from this problem is those who take home the natural treasures directly from the island will suffer the wrath of the island's goddess, Pele. This curse seems to be real since the Hawaiian post office would regularly receive packages containing these things from people trying to get rid of the bad luck. From the letters accompanying these packages, it seems the curse has caused people's death, depression, illness, and more. It is unsure where the curse came from because it doesn't seem to be connected with any historical events or any religious belief. Even the earliest mention of the curse was from 1946, which is technically quite recent. The park officials seem to believe it was one of their seniors that made the story up. Because of getting tired at telling people that it was illegal to take rocks from the island, that person might have just used scare tactics to stop people from stealing. The Fairy Forts and the Curse of Tara, Ireland. Ireland is one of those places with an abundance of myths and folklore. Mythical creatures is a norm, and of course, the fairy folk. Even till this day, there are certain things that people should or shouldn't do, especially when far from civilization and fear of getting cursed or, in turn, disturbed by fairy folk. It's something along the lines of, if you don't disturb us, we won't disturb you kind of pact between humans and fairy folk. Now, there are thousands of ring forts throughout the Irish countryside which are said to be fairy forts. Folklore about these fairy forts said that the beings that protect them would curse anything that disturbs the forts, a bit like the duende from Filipino folklore. Their curse includes, but not exclusive to, children disappearing, crops failing, animals including livestock becoming barren, death, and other unlucky things that could happen. There's a few stories of people destroying these forts and end up with misfortune. The latest one happened in 2007 when the construction of the M3 motorway destroyed several fairy forts in the Taras-Cairn Valley. They call it the Curse of Tara because the Minister of Environment encountered an armed gang and later lost his job. A worker was trapped and died. The Chief Health and Safety Officer was nearly killed by a falling tree. The place seems to be accident-prone, and a lot of wasp nests seem to appear across the valley. So if you plan to go to Ireland, try to be respectful to nature or risk getting cursed by fairy folk. Koh Hingham, Thailand. Another island on this list, and this small and uninhabited island is covered with precious stones. The stones or pebbles there are mostly black and white that glimmer and sparkle under the sun, which in Thai mythology is said to be made by the god Tarutao. So in legends, the island is said to be protected by an ancient curse that anyone who takes any stones from the island will have a lifetime of bad luck. A bit like the Pele's curse as mentioned earlier. Every year, people have ignored those legends, and every year, there would be people trying to return the stones in an attempt to break the curse. Even so, the island is safe to visit, and the pebbles can be played with however you want, as long as the pebbles remain in the island. Langkawi Island, Malaysia. Langkawi is one of those islands that you'd want to visit for a vacation. Though, before Langkawi prospered as a tourism hotspot, there was a curse that was put on it, and the story goes like this. In the late 18th century, a woman by the name of Masuri lived in Langkawi. She was the daughter of a couple that came from Phuket, Thailand, in search of a better life. She was the most beautiful in Langkawi, and it's a given, men wanted her for themselves, and one man managed to marry her. He was a warrior called Wan Darus, who was the brother of the village chief. One day, Wandaros as a warrior was stationed to fight in a war with the attacking Siamese, leaving his beautiful wife at home. While her husband was away, she befriended a bard called Duraman. He was there for quite a long time that people started gossiping. The gossip and rumors got very out of hand that people openly accused her of adultery, so severe that the townspeople wanted her dead even after her plea of being innocent. The chief and his wife, who was apparently the source of the rumor, issued her condemnation. As she died, she managed to curse the whole island, saying that the island will see no peace nor prosperity for the next 7 generations. Why 7 generations? Maybe it's her kindness while still wanting revenge. Anyways, since then, starvation was a problem as crops just seemed to not grow and attacks from the sea kept coming. But the curse seems to have been lifted in 1980 when the 7th generation descendant was born, because that was when the Malaysian Prime Minister declared to make the island a tourist spot, and it has prospered ever since.